Welcome back, everybody. Good night, good morning, good old afternoon, all that good shit. Y'all know who it is. Just respect the Clutch Sports Media. It's the Friday night blitz, late night, early morning shit. But it's the holiday blitz, and it begins. So I'm just sitting here getting ready, getting started. We got time, but yeah, we got the Colts and them. But before that, we had 3 games that went off prior to this. Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. All that good stuff. You know. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, let's just see. Wait a minute.
Rough day for the Giants, rough day for Jackson Dart. The Raiders
Okay.
steal it though by
All right.
which they're very good at.
So,
Says it all. Gino has 30 interceptions
making sure I sound
in his
decent.
last 31 games.
Anyway,
Principal really is on line one with both these teams' moms.
that
Their
is,
teams have
yeah.
lost 9 straight times now. 9 times. Maybe Randy Marsh.
Oh, it's the
Vikings
Vikings.
fans
Yeah.
entertain us because the on-field
The
product might be rougher
Vikings.
than watching Stan, Kyle, and Cartman throw a baseball game.
But yes, welcome to the Friday NFL breakdown review. But we're gonna have the holiday blitz recap because we gotta recap that holiday blitz. Man, what the Christmas Day we had 5 NBA games. I know they've been talking trash.
Nice job by J.J. McCarthy. He's going to recognize the pressure coming up front. Runs it in for a touchdown. Randy, sit down. It's not like Vegas has made it hard on offenses either. Their defense living in the same hood as New York's, allowing 25 per contest. Only 3 teams allowing more yards per game this season. Too easy for Houston. Giants offense is standing right here. How do you want to handle it? Averaging fewer than 21 points per game. So the Giants cannot convert. What do you want to do, huh? What do you want to do? Jackson Dart comes in off a game that saw him get sacked 5 times for 20 yards. He threw only 13 times for just 33 yards, so he netted 13 passing yards for an entire game. Rough day for Jackson Dart. Completed only 7 passes, sacked 5 times. What, so can neither team stand up for themselves? I thought this was America. They do have Mr. Burns at least. Brian with 2 more sacks. Their biggest loss up to 15 for the year. 5-4. Their best player on defense, Brian Burns, showing up again. I'm sorry, I thought this was America. And if it is, then maybe Ashton Genty can build off his NFL best outing. A 60-yard receiving touchdown plus a rushing TD along with 128 yards on 5-3 a carry. Incredible balance by Genty to stay on his feet. His second touchdown today. Hey, Fat Dad, I hear no bell. So get ready for someone to drop a 0-0 tie score prediction. My guess is it comes from Mr. Adam Frank. He's very Randy Marshish. Silver and Black have beaten the G-Men 9 of their 15 meetings. Just barely beat them the first time they ever played back in 1973. What a nail biter. Finally, the Silver and Black came home to the Oakland Coliseum. Their opponents in this 8th week of the season were the New York Giants. With a 40th consecutive Coliseum sellout crowd in attendance, the fatigue of travel and battle was temporarily forgotten.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting week of football, guys. We have coming up, but before we even get to this week coming up, we gotta talk about what did already happen. What kicked this all off? Oh man, I want to tell you, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not. It's not. Man, y'all not gonna believe me, but it ain't pretty. Let's see. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, football fans. Now you know, again, I'm your host, and you're watching the Clutch triple blitz. Sanders delivered, a lump of coal to the Lions and the Chiefs yesterday. But for the Broncos and Packers, it was a holiday miracle. I didn't have to do anything. Well, Broncos, you had to work. We got turnovers, 80-yard bombs, and a playoff picture that just got a whole lot clearer. So let's just dive back into the action. It's the triple header holiday recap review. I'm LJ's perspective. Let's get back into it. Like I said, the holiday blitz begins, guys. It begins. So it begins. I mean, it begins. When I tell you, it began in a terrible way. Two teams that didn't have anything going. But they wasn't on the books. Both of them eliminated. NFC East just there. Cowboys, Commanders. Final score 30-23. Commanders almost. No, we can't say almost. They were trying to strike to get back in this, but it wasn't close. Cowboys played good when they wanted to, but it was a little too late to not want to play. You know what I'm saying? Now you look like the team that might have, could have, or should have made a run for a playoff spot. But it be those games we lose, the ones that we maybe shouldn't have tied 40-40. I'm just saying. But like I said, in my whole hold up, let's pull this over here. So I can get, cause I'm on the Mac Daddy right now. Like I said in my whole start, Santa delivered a lump of coal to the Lions and the Chiefs yesterday. But see, those Broncos and those Packers, it was a holiday miracle. See, they got some turnovers. They got 80-yard bombs being dropped yesterday. They had playoff pitchers that changed. And all because somebody decided they didn't want to win. Now, it wasn't on Dallas or Washington. No, it wasn't on those two guys. Hell, they didn't have nothing to play for. They were just there to play. Just to play. Because they were Christmas Day. But they did provide a very good game. Highlights, guys. Dak's deep ball. Prescott, he silenced some of those critics early, launching the 86-yard touchdown bomb to Turpin. Now, we've been looking at Turpin the whole season, wondering when we're going to see it. We've seen little bits and pieces, spurts here and there. And yesterday, well, just say he must have got a good Christmas present. Because he sure did show off. The third longest passing play of the 2025 season, 86-yard bomb on Christmas Day. The longest bomb on Christmas Day. So, congratulations. And the whole while I'm sitting here getting ready to go, hang out with the fam, figure out what to do with my day. I'm like, this game really does not matter. However, it's football. But it doesn't matter. And the cold part, guys, it did not matter. But at the end, that might have been the better game of the day, dare I say. But what makes this interesting is, let's get to it, the rookie spark. Now, Washington came in limping, came in broken up, they came in eliminated, they came in needing major help. Nothing going right for them this year. After they were that team that we thought was going to be what? NFC champions, right? They made it one game shy of the Super Bowl. What the rookie? Look good. Now, I'm reminded today when I was going through all of this and setting up the OBS and trying to get all this stuff together and this, I was like, look, guys, Chicago dropped damn near the same bomb on them, and they haven't looked back since. Now Chicago's running their division. They're in the playoffs, and they don't look like they're shying away from trouble. Meanwhile, Washington, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, aka Bill, which we all call Bill, the lone bright spot on this Commander's offense. And this happened yesterday. 105 yards, 2 touchdowns on just 11 carries. So on Christmas Day, we had some very good work from two teams, not going anywhere but to the home turf. You can't make it up. Now, granted, we're not going to sit. They were not all bad this year. They weren't all bad this year because injuries did plague, injuries did hinder, but Brandon automatic Aubrey, the man has showed that he's human. He missed a couple, and then he's been clutch. So the finisher, Mr. Aubrey, iced it. A 50-yarder, 51 yard, 51 yarder. Automatic Aubrey iced, ice, baby. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. So when I say it was one of the better games out of the three, and this one didn't have any implications. Did nobody need help from either one of these two? Could they not? They didn't. I mean, they didn't benefit nobody but themselves and the stat sheet. And Dallas, you needed this motivation because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. All right. Dak finished with 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin hauled in a 16-yard dart from Josh Johnson, starting for an injured Dayton Daniels, but it wasn't enough. Now, again, they come in beat up, limpy, broken up. They didn't have any pieces, any weapons. The Commanders were working on the third string. Yesterday was the third string report the day duty. If you're the third stringer, it was your day to report for duty. Literally. After Dak was getting beat up back there and getting sacked, I thought he might have not made it. But he finished the game. 307 yards and 2 tutties. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Injury updates. No major casualties. Though both teams are looking toward a long off season of recovery. There's plenty of injuries on both sides that, guess what? You got plenty of time. Everybody should be getting advanced rest right now. Like you should have them guys sitting back getting really adjusted and rested. Because right now, guys, what are they doing? Tap. I'm just saying. So if we had to look back at the game, it was just a defensive performance from the Commanders, which we was questioning. Where is the defense? Coming from a defensive minded coach, Dan Quinn. But then it turned around and Dallas just took off. And that was game one. The Cowboys never looked back. Now, game number two. This game, oh my goodness. This game right here, folks, was one where if you tell somebody, I need you to know this is a must win. You need this game like you need air to breathe. You know? Well, Detroit was that team. And what made it even better, it was they had the game at home. They have been up, down, wavering, folks. The Lions, they have not been biting kneecaps. They have not looked like the ferocious lion that somebody should fear, nor do they look like the team that was picked to make a Super Bowl run. And how did we know on Christmas Day that the Minnesota Vikings said, all we want for Christmas is to ruin somebody else's opportunity? But instead, help out another fellow rival. You can't make this gift giving up that the Vikings decided to play um, Chris King, Santa's little helper. And I mean, it's kind of crazy because the Lions needed a win and a Green Bay loss, and then another win so that they can stay in. And you know what happened? Let's get to it. The narrative: if the Grinch wore a Vikings jersey today, he didn't wear that green. Nope, he was disguised in a purple jersey. He didn't wear his green. He was doing the work of the team that wears the green, but he wore a Vikings jersey. And the Grinch, he entered Detroit needing a win to keep their 6% playoff hope alive. Follow me. 6% playoff hope alive. Instead, they turned the ball over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like my Patriots got 6 rings. 6 times. They turned the ball over. Yes, they listened to the Grinch. I don't believe that. I don't. As I have been all day and just taking this in, we're still dumbfounded and not believing that this happened. I don't believe that the Minnesota Vikings beat Detroit on Christmas Day, but they did because it was the Grinch dressed up in a purple jersey. Instead of his green, he had purple on. And he went into Detroit. Well, guess what, folks? His third string quarterback. He went in there and upset the Lions. Now, this is back-to-back losses. Losses. Coming off a loss to the Steelers, a controversial loss, more controversy that a fan gets into it with a player, and now the Steelers are without their player, but the Lions, well, let's just say you had job, one job to do. I mean, guys, have you ever seen something like this? One job to do. You need a win to get in. Now, the nail in the coffin was Jordan Addison. Took a jet sweep, 65 yards for a touchdown, punctuated by an epic dive into the pylon. They were they were not just beating up on Detroit. Where was the Dan Gamble that we all had kind of started to like, who has no risk it, no biscuit, who takes chances on the fourth downs? Where was this guy? But you know what it was? 6 turnovers. You're not coming back. We lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers because we had 5 turnovers in that game. And we held them to 14. Well, 21 and 21, 14, something like that. Anyway, it was 7 points. This game got out of hand, and it wasn't even the quarterback. Minnesota just found ways to beat the Lions. It was almost like Minnesota was told that they had a chance, that if they win, there was some kind of way they would get in. So, a defensive clinic. Salute to my man Andrew Van Kickel. He was everywhere, including a fumble recovery that ruined Christmas for the Lions. When I tell you, the man ruined Christmas, but it wasn't them. It was the Grinch. It was the team who benefited the most from your loss, who you have to see next week. See, this is the beauty of this. Just do the recap. You can't make this up. Andrew Van Ginkel was everywhere, and I'm including everywhere, terrorizing golf, terrorizing Detroit, period. He had a fumble recovery. Now, Tesla, Mr. Tesla time. Yep. Now, the guy is good. He's good. But listen, I know they was calling for Dan Campbell's job. They were mad because, the last few weeks, it does look like y'all are going down. But this is NFL, not for long. It happens. It sucks. It really does. But guys, it may be time to move on from Jared Goff. Maybe time for you to get you a fresh blood in there, somebody who can move, not just take sacks, not just because Jared. See, a lot of times we want to give him their props. I give him his props. but he turns the ball over. Sometimes he's able to come back, and it's evident he's been around to know how to do it. But yeah, that game was totally off. I'm glad I didn't eat anything to watch this game because it was you wouldn't have kept nothing on your stomach. Now, guys, Tesla time. Jared's golf only highlight was a 4-yard touchdown to Isaac Tesla on the fourth down. That's when we was like, okay, well, maybe this thing might turn around. There was no turning it around. Where was the turnaround? It was none. There was no turnaround in this. Okay. Stats. Jared Goff, he threw 2 interceptions and lost a fumble. That was 3 turnovers by him. Vikings third stringer Max Brosner managed the game effectively with 0. You heard me correctly. Jared turned the ball over 3 times. 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. The third stringer, Max Brosner, managed the game effectively with no turnovers. Now, the playoff fallout. The Lions are officially eliminated with the loss. The Green Bay Packers have clinched a playoff berth. Now, a quick injury update. J.J. McCarthy, quarterback, 9. J.J. And Jordan Mason, running back. He has an ankle and McCarthy hand. They remain out, forcing the vanilla but effective Brosner-led attack. I mean, if it worked, it worked. You upset the Detroit Lions on Christmas Day. And we all thought that the Lions knew what it I did think the Lions knew what it meant when they say you must win. Who'd have thought it? So, guys, Green Bay didn't have to do anything. Hell, they probably was over there cheering for their rivalries. I seen the faithful. I'm not gonna talk Tom. You know I love you, bro. But that was crazy that you willed a Packers victory by wearing and losing a bet and having to wear a. Oh boy, it's like me wearing a Jets jersey. Oh God, that's ugh. I can't do it. Ugh. Just feel kind of ish, but some kind of way the unthinkable happened. A Christmas Day miracle. I, the, the it's not in it. It didn't happen in Minneapolis. It didn't happen in Minnesota. It happened in Detroit. The Grinch came in and stole the Lions' playoff hopes, and that is how that would happen, guys. And I mean, listen, if you really think it wasn't that bad, or maybe you think I'm joking. Minnesota Vikings 23, Detroit Lions 10. Now, does that seem like a team that's wanting, needing, knowing I need a win? Does that seem like a team? Drop 10 points on the third string. You already come in with a 6% playoff hope. 6. And you turn the ball over 6 times. Get this right. You have 6% playoff hope. And you turn it over 6 times. Okay. Vanilla offense by a third stringer. And they put the Lions to bed. Hit them with a tranquilizer. We'll catch them in the spring. All right, game 3, the final one, the Thursday night blitz, which really gave us some sense of normalcy because it had already been a upset. We are all like, wait a minute, wait, did this just happen? Because Monday, when the Colts lost, the the Bills and somebody else got up in the playoffs, right? Then yesterday's loss, the second game, the Lions and the Vikings, when they lost, the Packers get it. Now this game right here, oh boy, oh boy. Let's just say the narrative is a white Christmas for the Mile High crew. The Broncos won at Arrowhead for the first time in a decade, effectively ending the Chiefs' miserable injury plague season. Ding, ding, ding. And all through the night, Bo Nix and the Broncos came through and they played Grinch, which already was cold, bruh. Y'all, well, technically, y'all supposed to do that. But when you look at this score and you look up at the last score we just broke down, you kind of wonder. This is what Minnesota was supposed to look like, and the Lions were supposed to win by. The Broncos 20 and the Chiefs 13. Now, it would be tied. Don't get me wrong. The Broncos, they had some problems. And yes, the Chiefs, they got in there and they scored. Don't I don't know how the hell they happened, but I wasn't even at that time. I had it on, but I wasn't even really paying attention, guys. I was doing the family thing. But when I did zoom in, I said, "Uh oh, they finally have figured it out." Damn, they figured it out. I hate that they figured it out right now because man, this was a cakewalk for them because no Mahomes offense struggling. This is the third stringer of the day. So all 3 games had a third stringer. It was Dak facing John Johnson. There was Jared Goff facing, oh my goodness, the vanilla guy. And then there was Bo Nix facing, I'm not gonna try and pronounce this dude's name, but y'all know the third guy. So the third stringers, they were getting the job done for somewhat, for some part of the game. They were. Now listen, Bo Nix for the win. I like it when you see the young guy determined because see he had this run. He's been given the keys. Sean can trust him. Sean gave him the keys. They went on a run last year, so he's kind of battle tested already. You know, gotta give it to him. But with the game tied 13-13, Knicks led a surgical drive, finding Sutton for 23 yards before Knicks himself lowered the shoulder for a rushing touchdown to take the lead. So yes, Bo Bo came through clutch. Okay, he really tried, and that's what you want to see. And I think that's what a lot of the NFL are looking towards. Like, look at these young guys now. We're getting away from all the statues. We're getting away from the quintessential so-called I want a pocket pass. I need somebody who's mobile, who can drop a shoulder, who can go get it. Um, but not necessarily that somebody who can step up, sling the ball as well, make quick decisions. And when you look at the transition of the quarterbacks that pretty much was bottom feeders last year, look at where they're now. I'm just saying, we got a whole new regime this year. I know it's beautiful. So the Kelsey farewell. See, this is great because you know what? Had he not had the podcast popping, had he not had Taylor Swift, had the engagement, had Mahomes not got injured, had the season gone differently, Kelsey probably comes back. I don't think he's ready to hang it up, and especially after what happened. Yeah, he's cracked some stats. Yeah, he's got a couple rings. But this is like their drug. It's like their fuel. Like, they take a few and they get their fuel, they get their time off. But when and you can look at his brother. His brother's around football all the time. The commercials around football. And he's on the field and you can tell the other guys who then came back and played, look, they've been that way. Philip Rivers came back. So for Kelsey, I understand that the broadcast was somber. And Kelsey, he did walk off the field with the Chiefs eliminated. Mahomes is out. Rumors of retirement that keep swirling around. But again, I don't know. I think he comes back. I think they get the band back together, and I think they restructure a lot of stuff. And if Mahomes is really Brady-esque, if he's really that guy, he's gonna come in and redo his contract and shovel money around so he can get some talent. And they're gonna make the rest of the NFL pay. If that's the Mahomes I'm thinking. Okay, and definitely Mah Kelsey is not done. I mean, they had a down year. A lot of the top teams this year had a pretty down year. They were off, you know, injuries and all kind of shit. Injuries and everything. It was just all kind of bad news. You couldn't make this stuff up. So I'm not gonna sell out and say, oh, Travis Kelsey is gonna retire. Of course, they did the same thing with Rodgers when he did his little walk off, and all that good stuff. But we gotta wait and see. All right, now some more stats. Bo Nix finished with one touchdown pass, one rushing. Chiefs quarterback Chris Oladukum. I'm sorry. No. He was held to just 66 yards passing against a dominant Denver secondary. Now, where was the secondary last week when Trevor Lawrence was up there? I'm just saying, Denver. Okay. Anyway, so the big picture, I hate to say it. I really do. The Broncos moved to 13-3, clinching the AFC West and staying in the driver's seat for the number one seed in the AFC. Now, that could change if the Chargers win and the Chargers beat them next week. Yeah, hey, we got a different approach. I'm just saying. It can happen. So, updated playoff pictures, guys. Here we go. We got the Broncos 13-1, clinched the division. Patriots 12-3, clinched the playoff berth. Jaguars 11-4, clinched the playoff. Steelers 9-6, they're leading the North, but they have to face the Ravens coming up, and the Ravens have the Packers, Green Bay Packers, which would have been a better, interesting game had the Lions not dropped an egg, not prematurely lost. Uh, just saying, they kind of took us off for a loop when we seen that game, and it was not. It's like, wait a minute. So those playoffs have been clinched. The standings, top seeds, we're pretty much locked in. Now the Eagles, they clinched their division 10-5. They have to take on Buffalo this weekend. And when we get to the preview section, and probably later on in a few, baby. But Packers, they clinch via the Lions lose. So the Grinch was wearing purple, went in there disguised, and just took it. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. The Green Bay Packers are happy. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Because this is the football that y'all kind of remember. Oh, this one, if you lose, and a loss will cost you. A win, you already heard me. They had a 6% chance. And then they turned it over 6 times. You come into the game with a 6% chance to win. And you turn that bitch over six times. Really? Okay. So I don't expect that to happen. Now, my injury roundup again, we got Mahomes. He remains out with his knee. Of course, we'll see him next year. McCarthy, might as well keep him out. Hairline fracture in his hand. Jordan Lewis, the Jaguars. He's undergoing foot surgery. He's out for the season. Okay, guys, that's a wrap for that holiday blitz. The Broncos are the kings of the hill. The Lions are heading home. The Packers are dancing in the postseason. Can Denver hold on to the number one seed against the Chargers in Week 18? See, that's what I'm waiting for. And this week, we got so much action coming up. Oh, we do. We got Saturday football, 2 games tomorrow. We got Texans and Colts. This no, we got Texans and Chargers. Sorry, Colts and Jaguars. So it's and then the Colts have to close it out with the Texans for Week 18. So they got to play the 2 top teams in the division. So this is going to be interesting for the upcoming week, folks, because Week 17 has kicked us off with a bang, a solid bang. The holiday blitz is here. This is straight up happy holidays, and they're promising to deliver spoilers. upsets and unexpected helpings of. I didn't want any more. I didn't want that. Yeah, because yeah, right now Carolina looks good and Tampa has a problem, but damn, they have to face each other coming up too. My Patriots, yes, we have to take on the Jets. Yes, we're going to the toilet bowl as eat right in MetLife. We're taking it to that little toilet bowl. Okay, all right. We're going to see Brady Cooks. We're going to see the Jets, who right now I think just maybe just on their tank. So Raiders, yeah, might want to reach out to them and say, hey, win something, not this week, but win something, because it's getting ugly, folks. Okay, it's getting real ugly. I'm not lying to you. That recap has kicked us off for some bullshit that's about to happen. Now hold on, let me pull up this hold up, hold up. Hold up one second. Here it goes right here. Because guess what? This week, I expect to see some people crying. I expect to see some tears. I expect to see some heads hanging down like like they do in the college. You know, when they be like, "Oh no, 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 no." Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so let's just get this pulled up right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we go, folks. Told you I'll come in with it. Hold up, I got you right here. One, 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 one. All right. And ding, 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 ding. Here we go. There we go, guys. Now give me one. Let me see. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Give me a like if you don't mind when you come through the door and hit that like button for your boy, man. Help your boy get to some kind of algorithm. You already know. Hey, it was the holidays. So I take a few days and rest up because we about to go crazy. We got the holiday NFL Blitz coming up this whole weekend, week 17. Then we're going straight into college bowl games, the ones that start to matter a little more for some people. And then we got the eight, make the 8 or the 6, 8, 6. Well, no, we got that coming. Oh, and we're at the end of December. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we didn't hit it. That's why. Wait a minute. See, yeah. There it goes. Okay. Here it goes, guys. So, there it goes. All right. Bam. And 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Right there. Okay. Now, pay attention. Hold on. Let me move this out the way. Y'all already know it's the Friday Blitz, but wait, you can move that. Oh, I forgot. I got the mic. I mean, the mouse. So, I'm on a Mac, so I'm facing the opposite where I normally face. All right, there we go. So, I forgot I had that thing plugged up in there. I really did forget I had it in there, guys. Sorry. All right. Now, as we get to week 17, this week would have been good had the Detroit Lions not fumbled the freaking It was supposed to shape up to be a interesting one. I would like to see Green Bay maybe had did their business against you know Detroit, close it out, but no need. So they take on the Ravens. No Lamar. Lamar was not in practice, and then we got all kind of news coming out. It's news, news, news. Listen, reporters, and I took the journalism course. Unbiased. You have to be unbiased. You have to have a journalistic integrity. You have to, you know, be devoted to your story, the product, the content. But you have to have some kind of, you know, little sensationalism to it. But not the ones that's just trying to click, click views and get people to talk about it. Because, of course, if you put out certain stories like Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh, they're beefing, or Lamar's, come on. There wouldn't be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in Baltimore if this was the case. I'm just saying. Now, I started reading it. I started reading it. But like I said, you don't know who you talk to, what their agenda is, what their whole point of view is. And then you have to make a unbiased opinion from the information given to you. And unless you get it from the horse's mouth, I can't say that. So therefore, no, I'm not sold on right now with that because behind the doors, we know things could be all what it is. And for a number of years, Brady was up there, Belichick was up there. Everybody did the song and dance, smile and wave, long as we were winning. But when you start losing, you start seeing true colors. Just lose long enough, and you'll see. It doesn't look good when you're losing and people smiling. It doesn't. So I'm just saying the Packers will. We have to see if Jordan Love is going to be back. I'm gotta see. No, I don't wait. Malik Willis is the backup quarterback. You want to all right? He may be, but then that is going to be the night game. So that's on Peacock, guys. But we have Texans and Chargers, 3:30 game. Now both teams are sneaky good. Both teams had their little mid-season slump. Both teams got hot. Both teams got a nice defense. Both teams' offense has their issues. Both teams have health concerns. Quarterbacks, both, both have playoff aspirations. But only one can win this, and one will be 12, one will be 11. I'm After seeing the Texans go up against the Raiders, and it didn't look like the Buffalo, the Chiefs game. I mean, I'm not expecting you to go out there every week and be like, bam, 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 bam. But I do, but I know that things happen. Chargers, we've been riding with you since day one, week two, week three. Then you kind of went on this, "Ooh, now you're back." Two games, two very meaningful games that you need. And by golly gee willikers, guys, No. This is a test. Because if you can survive this defense, you got to play Broncos next week. And that win could possibly be well, we just have to see. But I doubt it because if you don't win this game, and they won in their game, but it's just kind of up in there. But right now, I'm leaning with Chargers at home. Okay, no Lamar Jackson. I gotta go with the Packers at home. They know that they are in the playoffs. I don't think, and the Ravens need this win, and they need next week's win to make a chance. So this might mean that guys, no Ravens, no Chiefs. Whoa, no Bengals. Whoa, no Cowboys. This postseason might be totally different. And I've been here on because they think that it's gonna be one person. I don't know how you assume, and I know y'all want me to say it is, but I don't know how you assume that it's going to be him. Because guess what? It it's not Josh Allen. It's not. It could be Trevor. You know, honestly, it could be Trevor. I'm just saying. You'd be surprised. Now, Thursday, it was not shocking. Merry Christmas, Minnesota. Cowboys. Uh, you play good at the end. So the best they can do is win their next game and maybe 8-8. That's a far cry from what we heard in the beginning when he was hollering, "This is our year." Then we had Broncos and Chiefs. Now I know the Chiefs did not start off this year right. They started 0-2, and everybody went into let's not panic. Then when they kept losing, it's like, wait a minute. Then when they won, oh, they're back. And then when they lost, oh wait. Then they lost, oh wait. Then they won. Then they needed we need to win. We gotta win. Now it's like, oh shit, we're out. They're dead. No, stop. Bad year does not mean nothing. All right. Now Sunday. This is where the action is. This is where the action is, guys. This is where we get Shador and Rogers. We get division. Now the Steelers can fuck around and let Miles Garrett get a sack, get the sack leader, injure Rodgers, and you bring Mason Rudolph in and lose this game to the Browns. And the Ravens just have to win in Green Bay. That's one way of looking at it. That would ultimately turn the division upside down. It can happen. I don't doubt that the Browns could upset the I don't do not doubt they could do it. So if the Browns do, then that'd be crazy because now all the Steelers will have to do is beat the Bengals. I mean the Browns. Ravens next week. And jeez, I don't think. But Miles Garrett could be the sack leader this coming week. Now Saints and the Titans. This could be the battle of the rookies to see who's going to be that rookie. Saints coming into this joint 5 game. Winners of 5 games. Okay, they won 5. All right. And the Titans, they've only won 3. Now, shook, shook, got him shook. I think this is a chance. It's over with for y'all. Get ready for it. But this is still going to be a game because guess what? Tennessee found some kind of rhythm, but honestly, the Saints have a defense. It's a veteran defense, but nevertheless, that defense is gel well, and they have come through clutch at the right time. And even the coach, Kelly Moore. I like little Kelly Moore now. He's starting to get a little more aggressive, and that's kind of what it is. Then, guys, 12 o'clock on Fox. My team, the number 2 team in the NFL, fighting for the number 1 spot. We're not worrying about division, not worrying about hats and T-shirts, MVPs. We're worrying about championships, and we play the Jets. We gotta go to MetLife. I have a funny feeling about playing in MetLife because the Jets they have nothing to play for. We gotta win this game and Miami game to stay ahead of the Bills. Plus, they play the Eagles, which we'll get to them. Don't worry, we'll get to them. But I don't expect Eagles fans to do us a solid favor because I just don't. They already clinched their playoff spot, so you know they could lose this game to the Bills, and they'll be all right. I'm just not hoping they do that. I'm hoping that they win, but it's in Buffalo. So I got to see how they act. They might play. We got to see. But anyway, I'm we're headed up there to see how these people are gonna play. They came to our house. They had Justin Field. They ran the ball. They tried running it. Sunday they tried to run the ball against the Saints. Back and forth, back and forth. They tried running. They tried underneath screens. They tried quick screens. They tried tight ends. They tried a number of things. The Jets just don't have anything going right now. It didn't. The Saints, no excuse. You tried. And I don't think just because we're banged up, we had like 10 players injured at the end of that game last week against Baltimore. I'm talking about offense, defense. We banged up. But we were banged up when we played them the first time. So I'm looking at the next man up, and they know that this is the final 2 games. And at worst, guys, we already know it's the Jets. It's the fucking Jets. Fuck that. Beat the Jets. You hear me? Just in their season. Jets. Just in their season. Thank you. All right, on to the Giants and the Raiders. Now, I know both of these teams, 1 and 2. This is number 1 and 2. Now, Raiders fans, cover your ears. I'm going to tell you something. The Giants may have decided they want to trade Jackson Dart and start over. They want to try and make this a sexy alternative job or whoever that coach is. They need a coach. So he might decide, you know, trade Dart, draft the quarterback. You never know. I'm just saying. Colin Cowherd said that. I'm just kidding, y'all. But he did say that. I was really sitting there thinking about like that would be. It sounds crazy, but as crazy as it sounds, guys, it's not far fetched. Especially when you rebuild. You have no coach. So the bottom of the bottom, 2-13, 2-13. Oh boy! And the Raiders even try to sweeten the pot. Listen, they bench Max Crosby. They're not even going to start Max. They're leaving Max out. They're like Max. We're not even going to worry about Max. So I'm cool because somebody got to lose, unless they both just tie. And then that's a real conspiracy if y'all both tie at the same time. I mean, if they both tie. Oh boy, let's just say it doesn't help the tank. It doesn't. You know, somebody's gonna have to be one. Somebody's gonna have to be two. Honestly, I think the Giants have caught on to their tankathon, and they don't even want Jackson Dart to even do anything. So you might see Russell Wilson. You may see Jameis. But if I'm the Giants, I'm putting my guy on the side and letting him rest up. Maybe I'll let him come out there and sling it around the first quarter or something just to keep him fresh. Maybe I give him a few plays. After that, sit down. No, sit down. Don't you move. Raiders, on the other hand, it's time to put whatever you got in there, just throw it out there. Sid Genty, send Brock, send Sid Bowers, sitting Crosby. You know, you might well sit your head coach. Just tell him sit. Don't even come. Tell when you shit. The Giants don't got a coach. You know what? It's gonna be interesting. But we're gonna call this the Tankathon. You heard me? We're gonna call this the Tankathon. Tankathon. It's at 3 o'clock. So this will be. I'm gonna see. I doubt they give us this game. You know why? Because look at this. It's the two. It's the two-win teams. And CBS is not letting us get it. I would love to call that game just because I haven't called the Raiders game since the night y'all couldn't beat the Broncos. I mean, Lordy, killing me softly. No, I'm lying. The Cowboys game. The Cowboys game. I call the Cowboys game. All right, now we got Cardinals and Bengals. Bengals are going to eat some bird. No pause, no Diddy. Pause, no Diddy. They're in Columbus, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio. They at home. Joe Burrow coming off behind. They goes. Bengals are just trying to finish the season strong. They might as well just call it what it is. I don't think Jacoby has enough in there. The Bengals' young defense has got some kind of rhythm. I don't know what they did. They hit everybody up there with some juice and hit it to them too late. They're still playing juiced up. Now, they did have an ugly loss to the Ravens. That was a division loss. But ever since then, yes, Joe's not having fun, but Joe looked like he was having some fun the other day. It is what it is. Then we have a 12 o'clock banger. A banger, folks. Jags and Colts rematch. This is going to be for the broom. This is a sweeper. This is where I'm surprised if the Jags don't come there with the clowns mask and the broom because they might sweep the Colts. And this, dare I say, old man Rivers cannot pull off the unthinkable, folks. Well, just say this: it was a fun story while it lasted. I'm glad to see he made a comeback. I'm glad that he really He inspired a lot of people to get up and get out and get something. But after this, they have to play the Texans. I don't see the Colts advancing unless it's so loud that the Jags just are ready. Like, we are in the playoffs. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And we don't have no starters, no Trevor Lawrence, nobody or something. That's the only way I can see it. But Jags look like they're continually going to continue to roll. Colts, sorry. It was a good story. It's one that keeps people in the building because a lot of injuries happen at the wrong time of the year. If it makes sense, it makes sense. You lost a lot of pieces late in the year. So late to where now it's hard to make this run. And yes, 44-year-old grandpa look good. But if you watch when I watch Monday night, oh boy, Purdy did it to you. Just imagine what, what Trevor Lawrence going to do you. Oh my God. And y'all in the loud house, what Pat like to be called the loud house. Y'all in, okay, guys, sorry. All right, then we got the broken up Bucks and the Dolphins. Two teams that definitely need to be going opposite. Bucks need a win. Don't care how they get it, but they need this win. They need to stay right on Carolina's heels. Carolina, they played the Seahawks. Now, the, you remember I told you the week kicked off with some chaos, some weirdo up and down mojo shit, some whacked out stuff going on. Now listen, they are ready. Carolina beat the Rams. The Bucks should beat the Dolphins. They're playing down the road from Tampa, so it's the battle for Florida. You know, they outside of Jacksonville. I mean, they probably run that whole state, but Buccaneers can beat the Dolphins. The Seahawks can knock off the Panthers. Well, that helps out the Bucks. But if the Buccaneers look like they looked last week, and they go in there and they play around with Quint Ewers or Zach or whoever, but we know it's not Tua, whoever the quarterback is, this is going to make this game all the much more interesting. Because next week, these two must face off for the division, especially if the Buccaneers need Seattle to win. I mean, if they can get the win, then it might make it a little more easy. They'll go into the joint. If they win, the Bucks will be 8-8. They'll be tied going into week next week, which makes for a better ending to the finale. I mean, think about it. That would be games. 8-8's battling out for the NFC South, even though neither one of them might make a decent deep run. Seahawks. The Panthers are a sneaky but deadly team. And Sam Darnold, better be on your best behavior because they will expose you. Dolphins, desperate, cocky, desperate, don't care, don't have nothing to fight for. Buccaneers, they came to ruin your day. It doesn't matter. And then, guys, 325. We have the Eagles traveling on up there to Orchard Park. They're going up there to the toilet bowl and play out with the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. 11-4, 10-6, and guess what? 6-3 on the road, 6-1 at home. And guess who the one person that beat them at home? Oh, I forgot. All right, Eagles. I know y'all don't like us. We don't like y'all neither. Caca that. But we can have a mutual party. Because an enemy of an enemy, a friend of an whatever the damn thing is, you know what I'm saying. Y'all don't like the Bills, we don't like the Bills. We don't like y'all don't like us, but we have both a common enemy in the Bills. So just go and beat them. Don't let Josh Allen run the ball. Don't let him have his little cape moment. And it was it makes it even more hazy. And not just because of the smoke. But y'all might look like world beaters and then play a team like this and then get utterly demolished. So that's what I'm worried about. Learn and see if I turn over the game at 3:25, that y'all are gonna be getting beat 17-10 or 14-10 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all might have the lead and then next time Josh Allen then came back and I'm like, what the hell happened? And y'all got the advantage. Y'all got the weapons. They have no weapons. Keon Coleman, Shakir, that's about it. And the tight ends, okay. Defense, they're still struggling. So the Eagles should be on top. But Buffalo has this by 1.5. Oh, boy. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And this game is playing in the evening. I just want the Eagles to beat the Bills. But it should work. We're going to see. Then Sunday night, fun day night, we got the Bears, Niners. Oh boy. Now this is going to be a good test for both of these young people. Because Purdy looked good against the Colts. But them Bears, they take the ball away. And I mean, Brock Purdy does have a problem turning the ball over. He has turned the ball over. Um, Caleb is going to be tested by the way that Salah likes to fuck up your whole scheme. Like you might be looking at some pressure. Back that shit up and think you gotta know in a way y'all like to sling the ball all over the field. It's gonna be an interesting game. But I think that the Bears, the cardiac kids of the Midwest, they get it. They take this one. I don't know. Like I honestly don't know if the Bears are just got a rabbit foot. They're just that good. It's their year. But you gotta beat them. I'm talking about you gotta beat them all the way down to the last 2 minutes. Because they've come back 6 games in the last 2 minutes. You got to beat the Bears. If you don't, well, you know, just get ready for a long ride. And that's what I think that's gonna happen on Sunday night between the Bears and the Niners, guys. I honestly think that. I think that the Niners are good. I think they're coming off a good win. Mac Jones did a phenomenal job backing them up. And they have if another team wants to take a good picture of what your team should be doing when you have injuries and continue to win and they're in chance they have a chance to still wind up with number one in the division, number one in if all the cards fall right, the Niners can rise up. So a win against the Bears and then a win against the Seahawks. And we're talking a different ball game. And then you might have to go through the home of the Super Bowl to get to the Super Bowl. And guess who's there? The team that we all didn't even suspect, because guess what? It was different. Guys, different. That's what I was meaning by when I was throwing my little names in the hat for people that has decent games. But you know, yeah, unbiasedness. Unbiasedness. Because guess what? Bears could pull this off, but Niners ultimately might get the dub at home. It's been a nice run. All right, then we close this joint out Monday night. Rams, Falcons. Much to make of this because the Rams coming off a loss to the Seahawks when they had 457 yards passing. I mean, it was their game. It's like, oh shit, they got this. And then what the fuck just happened? A bounce back, and yes, it was fueled by a bunch of some controversial calls, I guess you could say. But hey, it is what it is. But the Falcons, it's just been a blow after blow after blow. You lose your quarterback. You bring in your backup, the highest paid. You make a nice little one game, and then it's like you can't get a break. Maybe next year. How about that? But then next year you have to worry about the Saints. 'Cause the Saints are right there. Ah. But Monday night, Rams, the hottest team in the NFL, next to the Bears, next to the Seahawks. It's a 50-50 for me. Because what Falcons are we getting in Atlanta? This show is in Atlanta, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And the Rams, they've already clinched. I mean, they need a win, and this is an NFC conference game, so you definitely will want to win. But I think you close out with Arizona, so that's pretty much a W. But you never know because it's the divisional game, so you can't really judge that one. But guys, that is all our games that's coming up for the holiday NFL Blitz that we will be here for this weekend. Oh my goodness, we got college bowl games as well this week. Next week starts the college football playoff chaos. Chaos is the chaos. The CFP chaos. So I'm gonna be running for the whole next week. The CFP chaos because it is gonna be utter effing chaos. I'm telling you right now. We had a beautiful Christmas day, food, children had fun, kids. My kids are old, so then fun to them is not the fun that we used to have. But guys, I wasn't happy too much with the football games. One of them, yes, the middle one. Two, the Detroit Lions, yes, because it meant something. It meant it had a little implication to it. It gave me what I needed, my little chaos fix. What do you mean, Clutch? Well, we knew somebody needed to lose and somebody needed to win. And we all thought Detroit was going to win. Everybody had Detroit for a pick. Come to find out, Detroit wasn't locked in Detroit wasn't locked in like they were. Not mad at them. NFL, not for long. But Dan Campbell did go on record and say he hates to be at home for the playoffs. I don't blame him. A lot of teams don't want to be at home for the playoffs. But this year, you should have had it figured out. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people were calling for Mr. Campbell's head. They were trying to bite his kneecaps today. They wanted his blood spilled because they were like, this team is too talented to be losing to a third string eliminated team. So what is our division rival? We're not supposed to lose when we're in a must-win situation. I don't blame them. I don't blame them, but it doesn't eliminate. It doesn't overshadow what he's done in the time that he's been your head coach. So to get rid of Dan Campbell, talk about fired Campbell, get rid of him. For who? Who are you going to bring in there? You need a new quarterback. The plan was, if Lions fans, plan was to have golf. This was supposed to be that year where you have that guy come in, the transition year. Who is your guy? Because you need something to compete. That offense is too. It ran very efficient. It did. But now we're about to have the debate, just like we did with the Brady Belichick debate. Since Ben's gone, what's going on with the offense? Well, Ben's in Chicago and he is running his division. So is it Ben or was it Ben? That's the question. Now, me, I don't want to get into that because, it's a chemistry thing. You work well with your peers. Y'all have the same common bond. The common goal is Super Bowl. They all have it all mapped out. Everybody on the roster, coaches, the players, everybody has it from day one. Super Bowl. You have it until you're eliminated. Even if you know your team sucks, you still have a belief that some kind of way. We were 4-13, 4-13. We were terrible. I still had a belief that we could some kind of way until they mathematically eliminate you. Being a blind fan is not bad sometimes, but delusion will hurt you. And that's what the Lions fans are. Delusion. You're going to have losses. You might be picked favorite. You might be that guy. They might say, oh, who's going to rise up out that division? Well, the Lions will. It's their year. And then you look up and it's the Bears. Chicago. Oh, boy. Then the other guy that you had, he's doing horrible in New York. But your defense is banged up and brutalized. So it still should have been able to stop a third stringer. And it's not the only team that I'm going to pick a little fun at because the Broncos, with that number one defense, you were tied up with the third string. Dallas, until you started pulling away. You were tied up or almost tied up. Let them come back with a rookie in the third string. So this week, I'm not going to be shocked by anything that I shall see or that you shall see, folks. Just know that this holiday, Blitz, is going to be chaos. You're going to have utter chaos because now we're rounding the mountain, we're trimming, and guess what? It's about to be a new year. They're about to start popping the fireworks, right? Oh boy. So once all the smoke clears, we have a very clear picture of who, what, where, how, and boy, dare I say, some of y'all might be upset if who ain't gonna make it. Because, like I said, Detroit had one job to do. The best game of Thursday was the game that didn't even matter. Huh, huh, huh. But that wasn't even the clown part. It didn't even matter. And they played better ball than the ones that did. Wow. Things that make you say, because now you gotta really start thinking. You have to really start thinking about what and how the heck is all this gonna tie into what we're talking about. Jay, because this weekend, Saturday, it all depends on we have a Malik Willis, Jordan Love, Snoop Huntley, or Lamar Jackson. Mm. And will Aaron Rodgers finish the Browns game because Myles Garrett will be hunting for a sack? I'm just saying. You gotta look. This is going to be some interesting ball. Now, I want to see the Philly defense play ball. See, this is where you need this test. You know what? Because you're gonna have to play. You're gonna have to play some people, and you're gonna have to get Philly. You're gonna have to get how you live, chance. And I just want y'all to be Buffalo. Because it should be some fun games. It should be some really nice, interesting games that we will have this weekend. And not only that, if you look back at it, like I said, I am utterly shocked at the Detroit Lions. I'm really shocked at them. I'm utterly, really freaking shocked. You just don't believe it. Like, what the fuck was that? Wow. But okay. Um, of course we have. Let's see. Oh, My Wolverines have hired a head coach, guys, a 56-year-old guy from University of Utah Utes. Nothing to get all happy about. Just updates about the news. I was gonna post a short, but you know, I was just, I don't know. Here we go with another roller coaster ride. I swear, some more roller coaster rides, guys. We're going around the sun again. What are we doing here? I don't know. When is this damn train going to stop? That's the question. Because it makes no sense sometimes. But they get paid the big ducks. That's mine. We just talk about it. Okay, let's see. All right, these are the top headlines. I ran through some of them already as we went through the games. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know some of them. Um, so Garrett will get that. I'm telling you, Garrett gonna get that sack record against Rodgers. That's gonna think about it. Rogers, and who else is? It's another guy back there. Rogers, Rivers, and somebody else that pretty much are like statues. Dealing with it. You know, if you really think Miles Garrett's not going to get the sack record, I need y'all to tell me why, so I can laugh. Not at you, but laugh with you. But clearly, you think it's funny. You don't believe that. So Rodgers got sacked by who was that? What game was that? Who was that? That came and popped Rodgers, man. They gave Rodgers a nice shot. I was like, ooh, woo. But all right. So Rodgers, he will get definitely. I think Miles Garrett gets that. He should. Well, better way to do it against the rival. And then on a legend at that, guys. Ooh, wow. He break the sack record on a legend. All right. I told you about the Raiders shutting down Crosby, who leaves the facility. Now, Las Vegas, y'all down bad, bro. We down 5 starters, but Henderson might be playing. That's what I'm talking about, Pat Blitz. Man, I drop one tomorrow. Soft rejoins coach, but fucking season over. I mean, guys, the coach in desperation mode. Okay? They in desperation mode, folks. Listen, they desperate. They in desperation mode. If Sauce bringing his ass back this early, makes me wonder. You know, like, come on. Nah, I ain't taking no shots at him, but just saying. Um, Raiders. Raiders. Crosby leaves the facility. Really? Mm. That's what we doing, Vegas. We shut my man down and we send him on home, right? Okay, no problem. Packers rule out Love will start Willis versus the Ravens. Oh, God. I'm glad they refreshed this. I'm glad they refreshed it. And okay, thank you. So we got Malik Willis and most likely Snoop Huntley. Uh-oh. Battle of the backups. hmm So we're going to have the battle of the backups, folks. This is going to be interesting right now. All right, the Bills is good to go versus the Eagles after a foot injury. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what that means. The Eagles get ready for Josh Allen try and put his foot all up in your, but we're down 5 starters, and Henderson might play. Me personally, rest. I mean, bring him back. I'm not the Giants. The Jets defense is nobody over there. We can use a run game. We can just run the ball, keep it on the ground. But personally, I wouldn't bring him back. I'll let him wait 1 more week. Bring him and Will Campbell back next week, and let them see how they go from there. Hold them out 1 more. But we are getting another lineman down. We get another one down. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have them come up when we do the Patriot Blitz. Okay, I'm gonna be doing my Patriot Blitz, my weekly show. Pick the day for it, guys. I'm getting my days together. All right, brothers, sisters. All right. Now the Sauce Gardner stuff, right? There's the not not believe this. I think they're paying the people, the Cleveland people. Because when he got traded, he was already gimpy. He was already kind of, you know, broken upish. So when he went down with an injury, I'm like, oh, not looking good. But he's back though, allegedly. He's coming back. But the Buckner, he was supposed to be back this week as well. Not saying I thought Buckner was coming back, but Buckner. And I wanted Buckner back just to see how this cold defense would react. But that's why it kind of shocked me when the 49ers just ran clean down their throat. Purdy was just getting busy. All right, now, just when we thought we was going to have a battle between the Watt and the Garrett. The Garrett Watt. Garrett who? Garrett Watt. No Garrett Watts. So that might have been funny for this weekend, but no Garrett Watt. Guys, so Steelers are ruling out TJ Watt. Eagles, Dean Johnson ruled out against the Bills. So no Dean, no Johnson. Thank you very much. Y'all just don't know how much that just makes me believe that y'all really want to win now. Okay. I don't like the playoff picture odds yet. We're gonna have to wait until next week for that. No, you know why I said wait till next week? It's the same reason why you can get caught up in talking about the ifs, the wouldas, who to draft, and we want what and we need what, because until we get to camp, until we get to combine, until we have the whole, meet and greet and find out who's actually coming out and who's staying and who's gonna be what, I don't, you know, yeah. Because I remember we had a whole slogan, "Tank for me," you know, "Tank for Drake" and shit like that when we got our quarterback. But guys, we had 2 weeks left in the season. 2 weeks left. We got 2 weeks left, guys. This is the final week before week 18. We've made it, folks. We made it. We've made some good friends along the way. We got some good people here, man. Look, please like, follow, and sub to the channel, man. Look, we've been playing with our OBS too, so we got some overlays with the scoreboards that we're gonna be trying out, so we can avoid getting. I'm not trying to piss off the NFL no more. Cause let me tell you, my first week. Oh my goodness, the first week, bro. Let me tell you, the first week, bro. The first week, bro. I'm talking about when they had Mr. B and them was doing the YouTube NFL game with the the Chiefs and the Chargers, right? I'm live streaming, bro, and I didn't really pay attention, right? I got banned for like a week, right? After that, I did something else, and they tried to hit me again, but it wasn't that bad. I said, I'm not playing with y'all no more, bro. I stay out the way, champ. No, that's really do, bro. I do not play with the people, bro. I let them have their way. I respect it. So I just find ways to get around it. But, guys, we got week 17 NFL action. We got so much to get to, and it's just kicking off. But I honestly don't know, like how they be like, oh, the playoffs started today. I wouldn't want to play the team again. Not being funny. I don't think y'all get. I know they got defensive teams in there now. I'm gonna have the overlay pop up on the show, fam. Bro, it's just crazy. Like we really got. All right, and that's wait. I got one more of them. Where did it go? Wait, I'm gonna pull it up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna wait for 1 second. I want everybody to get to it. Get to it. I want y'all to get to it with me. Hold up. Thank you, whoever that was. Just God bless you and happy holidays. Appreciate you. Yeah, God bless you. All right. Now you ready for me, baby? Ready, 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 ready. All right, guys. Now, now ESPN, the analytics. Now, playoff chances. All right. Combine the current game win probabilities. Football Power Index, FPI, season projections provide each team's postseason likelihood at any given moment throughout the entire Week 17, Week 18 slate. The projected final standings will update regularly, and we're also tracking a few tight postseason races and the projected 2026 draft order for 9 playoff teams. Now, this is crazy that they have this right here, okay? This is crazy. This is a way you know the nerds are right here. Guess what? What happened to just being like, oh my God, wait, but this is what the effects of being stuck inside and nothing to do, and we need to do. Let's not lose focus. There's the NFC playoff picture. Okay. Now, Seattle's top to make the playoffs 100%. Bears, Eagles, Bucks have a 52%. Rams, let's say they make it, right? The Niners and the Packers. Now they're saying between the Bucks and the Panthers, there's a 47-52%. So they're giving the Buccaneers the slight edge. And you know when it's going to play out? The last game of the season, week 18. That's why they started putting on them damn games together, guys. They started putting us and pitting it, which is beautiful. Now here it is. I love this. AFC side. All right. We have a 79%. There's a 20% chance Buffalo wins the division. Only reason why they put that right there is because they want us to focus on win the division. When you ran and won the division for the years the Patriots have done it, and you let Buffalo win it, the last 5 years. Can somebody please show me that trophy case? Can I see that ring? Because I can go back and pull the last 5 rings up from the Super Bowl. I don't see Buffalo with a ring. So a division is good. But like what my quarterback and my coaches said, we won the championship. See, that's the mentality New England has. We have a mentality we want the championship. You can have a division. Oh, you've been winning the division for the last 5 years, but have you won anything? That's the question. I'm just saying. See, when people feel sorry for your team because, you just can't win it or you haven't won it. You, Minnesota, y'all been there 4 times. The most between a lot, all 32. 4 times. Y'all have not won it. Chargers been there a couple times. Well, we talking about back in the day, right? I'm just saying. The Eagles, y'all just got y'all's. Y'all got y'all's respectfully. Might be a while before you get another one though. Might be a while before you get another one, champ. And ain't no guarantee that we're getting one. But I just know it ain't gonna be the team that y'all thought it was gonna be. You understand me? That's the beauty of this. So again, let's look at this. All right, Broncos making the playoffs 100%, Patriots 100, Jags 100, Steelers 94. Now you know why the Steelers get to 94 because there's a 6% chance that the Ravens can pull off an upset. And now that there's no Jordan Love, Saturday, Snoop Huntley and Derrick Henry just have to win and then have to take care of business against the Steelers, and they're in. And that's it. All right. Now then we got Bills 100, Chargers 100, and Texans 97. There's a 3% chance that the Colts, some kind of way, the Indianapolis Colts, find a freaking way. They find where they gonna find a way at? Somebody help me. Where would they find a way to make it? The Ravens 6%, the Colts 3%. There's no way they're making a division. The Texans probably not going to get the division. They would need the Jags to lose. They still have a 22%. There's a 58% chance that Broncos earn the number 1 seed. Who's the number 1 seed in the NFC? Seahawks. There's a 41% chance. Now the Bears have a 13% chance. There's a 31% chance that the Niners can do it because the Niners play the Seahawks week 18. So the holiday Blitz is not done giving out its presence to those teams who need it. There's one team that's in the hunt, and that's the Panthers. They're going to fight their way to get in there, probably. They'll be scratching that little tugboat up over there. But the Colts, oh gosh, why did they do it to us like that? Why do you do it to us like that? The Colts, a 3% chance, folks. This is crazy work. Crazy work. Now the Ravens, again, maybe since no Jordan Loves and Snoop Huntley and Derrick Henry, and they're going to probably run Derrick Henry like a dog, which they should. Then, not only that, you gotta know they're trying to get close enough to Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh has Cleveland. Now, if Miles Garrett can upset Rodgers enough that day and say he gets 1, 2, 3, say he gets 4 sacks, he shatters the record, sends Rodgers packing, and then the Ravens have a clean road. I'm just thinking of ways that this possibly could happen because Sunday when the Browns and the Steelers meet, it's an AFC North battle. They don't like each other. They don't. So I don't know. All right. While 14 teams will ultimately make the playoffs, 18 others start their off season at the conclusion of week 18. Making personal decisions, evaluating their coaching staff, and that's when we should see teams get rid of head coaches. Called Black Monday. Now, who is set up to land the Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, Ohio State's Arvel Reese, or Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love? This is how the projected draft order. Now, they saying Raiders fans, listen to me. Raiders fans. I know I got some of y'all somewhere around here. Guys, they're saying y'all Negroes can get the first round. They saying y'all can get the first. Okay, I don't know how you can do it, but they're saying you can get it. All right, now watch this. I don't know where you pull it off. Maybe because the Giants game, maybe. But you ultimately have a 36.2% chance, 92.5% top 5 pick. Number 1 pick has 36. Giants at 37. Then the Browns at 3. Jets at 4. Jets is 1.8 because nobody's going to want to trade with the Jets. The Giants, I thought, might have wanted to do business with them, but they aren't in like, fuck that. We're not doing business with y'all. Browns, they're not. They're going to do something. Who knows? They got a mass amount of picks. They might be willing and dealing on that day. We know the Raiders are going to draft a quarterback. We know the Giants may be trying to trade. Never know. Could be stranger things have happened, and it's still an early season. Mind you, they have no quarterback, no head coach. Cleveland, it's interesting to see how they're going to treat their coaching situation. The Jets, they just got their coach. Arizona, they may be in the market for a quarterback. Tennessee just got theirs. Commanders got theirs. Saints got theirs. Or do they have theirs? Because the Saints are known to do some retarded shit. The Dolphins benched their guy, and they're trying to find ways, like the Cardinals, to get out of the moves. Now, the Bengals defense. Offensive line, make Joe Burrow happy. Rams, via the ATL trade. Look at what y'all did. These people fucking around and get close enough to the Super Bowl and you get them a top 15 pick. You're committing suicide out here with these low bat leg trades, bat leg trades, because it's bad business. All right, Chiefs at 12. Wow. They're trying to be like the Patriots, guys. I know you don't want to hear that. We're following our book. Listen. Ravens at 13. Cowboys 14. Now look at that. They picked the Chiefs. They picked the Ravens. They picked the Cowboys. They picked the Bengals. Hell, they even threw the Dolphins in there. Then look at this. You got the Vikings, who they were like, well, we don't know how JJ is going to play. And they had the Lions. So 12 through 16 were all picked to make a run for the Super Bowl. Let that sink in. The 12 through 17 all were picked. Well, 12 through 16 were all favorites, all picks, all those guys that were all love. And we got to throw in number 10. I'm sorry, Joe Burrow. But Rams, they're still playing, so we can't I'm not knocking the Rams, but the rest of them, unless the Ravens pull off some kind of miracle this weekend and next week, we'll see. They might be right there. Then 17, the Jets. 18, Carolina. Now, that is crazy. Okay. And this was updated this morning. All right. So, your top four is definitely going to stay the same. Now, the only difference is 1 and 2. And they play each other this weekend. They play each other this weekend, and it should be interesting. Because both of them don't want to admit a tank. One is admitting a tank, but one no. They're not going to admit a tank. And they're going to be like, no, we're not tanking. No, we're not tanking. I'm blaming you for not tanking. You shouldn't tank, but we all know that you are tanking. So the Raiders, some kind of way, move up to 1, and they have 1 game left. I forgot what their last game is, too. I think y'all played the Chiefs last game. Then you have Giants. So the Giants, some kind of way, win, beat the Raiders, just whatever. They're not really worrying about the number 1 pick. They have quarterback, and worst come to worst, they can trade their quarterback, get a first round pick, and be still relevant. The Browns, let's just say they willed and dealed, sold their soul for plenty of opportunities, and they're right there. The Jets, they're all in. They're all in champ. Arizona, we didn't think we'd see you back here, and damn for sure, Tennessee, you were just number 1 last year, and now you're back and you're number 6. It could get worse because if you lose to the Saints, you might be. See, that's the thing. Cardinals, Jets, Browns, Giants, and Raiders. All of them really don't want to win no more. So what if they? So all of them just gonna lose games now? I'm just trying to figure out because I'm just thinking about that. Are they all just gonna just lose games now? So I mean, think about it. The Cardinals, they might win. No, they're not. They got to play for the Niners coming up, or the Rams. Somebody got to play somebody tough. Tennessee got to play the Saints. Jets playing the Patriots. And Browns playing the Steelers. Giants playing the Raiders. Oh boy! And like I said, look at this. You have a 92.5% top 5 pick and 36.2%. It got to be from this weekend's game that y'all either lose or tie. And I don't see y'all tying, so maybe y'all lose. Maybe y'all tie and lose. But that's your 2026 projected NFL draft order so far. That's from you know, just a quick peekaboo preview. Don't even like going that far in the future though. Or is it? Because that's all settled to change. Somebody get a win. Somebody get a loss. Somebody fuck around and win. Somebody fuck around and loss. Changes the whole thing up. And then we back here looking at this. Well, what else do we have for week 17? What else do we have for week 17, folks? Week 17, week 17. Mm-hmm. I know my offense did everything they supposed to do. They won that game. Came back from 11 points down and won. It wasn't a 2000 Ravens defense. I get that, but we're not gonna act like they wasn't. Like they weren't a good team. All right, so now let's see. So now let's go over here to the monthly. Boom, 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 boom. What's up, boom, boom. So again, our playoff rankings. Again, we're in the playoffs. We're around that mountain now, guys. Right. So it's the Saturday games right here, folks. All right. Week 17 playoff clinching scenarios. We got week 17. Do we? Do we? Do we? Do we? Do we? Broncos already did it. I mean, I don't know what else we're waiting on. No, but here we go. So, all right. Let's see. 8 more NFL teams punched their ticket postseason week 16. Seahawks got in beating on the Rams Thursday night. Eagles made it with a victory Saturday. On Sunday, a loss for the Lions meant the 49ers and Bears clinched. The Patriots secured postseason spot by beating the Ravens on Sunday night, of course. Finally, the Bills and Chargers, Jags all clinched after the Colts lost to the. See, we didn't have to wait for somebody to lose. Okay. So, week 17, Denver clinched. They clinched the AFC West. Mm-hmm. Now, this is how they can clinch the home field. Chargers lost versus Houston. The New England lost at the Jets. Buffalo lost at Philly. And Jacksonville lost at Indianapolis. And they can get a home field advantage in the first seed. Not happening. Too many different scenarios. Houston Texans. They gotta beat the Chargers. All right. They can clinch if they win and Colts lost. Kansas City beats the Broncos Thursday, which that didn't happen. Baltimore can beat Green Bay. Tampa win at Miami. Buffalo win at Philly. The Rams win in Atlanta. See what I'm talking about? They need too much shit to get in there. And the Frisco win at the fucking Bears. That's fucking ridiculous. Oh, God. All right, so they're in there and they have clinched the AFC. So, they can clinch if they win Houston and a win and a Houston loss. They can clinch the division. All right, we with a win at the Jets, we can clinch the AFCs. A win and a Buffalo loss at Philly, and we clinch the division. If not, it'll be next week. Pittsburgh, they got a win and a Baltimore loss. So they got to win and they need Baltimore to lose to Green Bay. So Aaron Rodgers needs his old team to beat his division rival, and he needs to beat up on the other division rival. Okay, it makes a lot of fucking sense. Now Carolina, they can they can get the South, and that would be a Tampa Bay loss to Miami, and they gotta win. And the Bears, if they can clinch the North, they gotta win, and the Green Bay gotta lose to Baltimore. And the Packers ultimately can clinch the playoff berth, which they did with a Detroit loss and a Minnesota. So they got to win, and they need Detroit to lose. So they still got to win. Mm. And you got to win. And next week is too much pressure on them. All right, Seattle can clinch the NFC West with the win. LA Rams lost to Atlanta on Monday night, and the 49ers lost to the Bears. Boy, that's so many different. So right now would be Texans at New England, Buffalo at Jacksonville, Chargers at Steelers, and Denver will wait on round one. We get to go beat the Broncos. That's what I'm talking about. Let us go do it. Let us go do it. I'm right here, coach. I'm feeling cheesiest. So, guys, I got some fucked up playoff scenarios that we got. There's so many fucked up playoff, bro. You need too many people. You need this person to lose. You need to win. They need to lose. They got to lose. You need to win. All it comes down to you cannot lose. You lose? Well, let's just say you ain't getting in. You lose, I fear you will not make it. You will be home, sitting on the couch, like me. Yeah, I invite you to the stream, to the stream with me. Tell them like that. Tell them we welcome any of them. They can get it off their chest. But guys, that's it's been a fantastic week 17 kickoff so far. So freaking far. It's only getting better. It's only going to get all right. Make sure you like, follow, and sub up to the channel and do your boy a favor. Remember, let's go Pats. Oh, make sure you get your water break, man. You got to make sure you got your hydration, champs. Tell them hear that, bro. Nobody tell them out they ain't got their hydration. Supposed to be hydrated out here, bro. It's the Friday nights, Saturday morning, early morning blitz. Now, guys, in case y'all forgot, we got what do we got? Oh, we got NFL tomorrow. Yes, we do. Yeah, NFL tomorrow. And just know that we got we got so much that's going to come up. If your team's in the playoffs, I want you to make sure you leave me a comment and tell me who it is so that I can talk some trash. That's all. Okay? That's what you need to do. Thank you. Appreciate that. Y'all already know who we are over here. Thank y'all for tuning in. But guys, thank God we made it. We made it. We ain't done yet. Need an apple ball. They gotta put me on. But need an apple ball. All right. Panthers Seahawks game is a reminder of Dave Canales' connection to peak. And look, you got all these people, all them coaches be tied with one another some kind of way. Trust me. It don't matter. It don't matter, guys. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know they want that number one pick, but God, I didn't think people really were going to really lose their mind, start scheming and plotting and tanking. Like, seriously, bro. I need y'all to take it back, bro. Take it back. Come on, man. What are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? But anyway, that's gonna be it. Anything else we got? Anything else we forgot? Anything else we forgot? Oh, anything. Let's pull them up before we go. We're gonna pull them up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Ball games. We'll pull up the ball game because we're gonna have a ball blitz. We're gonna have some ball blitzes coming up, guys. All right, we're gonna have some ball blitzes coming up. Hold up. Let me just see who's on the schedule. Who's on the schedule? Some ball blitz. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. There we go. So NCAA. All right. It's put me in NCAA, bro. There we go. All right. So tomorrow at 12, we have the Go Bowling Military Bowl. We have Pitt, East Carolina, Penn State, Clemson, UConn, and Army. And then Georgia Tech and BYU, Miami, Ohio, and Fresno State, and then North Texas and San Diego. But we'll be in the NFL zone by then. And Virginia and Missouri. LSU at 8:15 in Houston. That's gonna be at the Texas Bowl. All right, so we got bowl games tomorrow, guys. Some good, some bad. Some like Georgia Tech and BYU. I don't know which ones we get, guys. We might just run the board tomorrow. Just run the board. Let's see. But just know tomorrow is Saturday. The Saturday CFP Blitz. You know we kick off with the college. That's bowl games tomorrow. And then tomorrow's games is starting for 3 and a quarter, 3:25. I'm Central Time. So about 3:30, we're rolling out with the Texans and Chargers. And then that night game would be the Packers and Ravens. It's gonna be interesting because tomorrow bowl games, guys. Let's see. All right. Let's see. We got some quality games tomorrow for bowls. I know LSU plays tomorrow, so we definitely be here for that. Pittsburgh. I just want to see how they play against Coastal Carolina in the bowl. They did have a little spark to the end of their season, but then I don't know what happened. It all went away. It looked like. So tomorrow, guys, bowls kick off. Oh, CFP kicks off on the 19th. But we don't get the next ones till the first. So Virginia, Missouri, LSU, and Houston. mm We'll be dipping in and out pretty much on that one. The LSU and Houston. I guess I had to pull that one up on double, another double that one. But there we go. That's your holiday blitz, baby. This is the holiday blitz. We got NFL tomorrow. We got NFL tomorrow. And then we're gonna have college tomorrow to kick us off with the little silent but deadly bowl games. So that's gonna do it for me, folks. As we have made it. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. It's the Friday Clutch Holiday Blitz Recap Review, Week 17 Blitz. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jay's Perspective, Clutch Sports Media 365. Please like, follow, sub up to the channel, and remember, go Pats, go Blue. I'm out of here. Stay tuned, stay clutch. We gone.